Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the most simple explanation I can give of instant manifestation and of manifesting any desire in general. My last few videos, I know we've gone into a lot of the sciencey stuff behind it. I find that's helpful for people that need to understand more, they need to believe more. So there is an importance in kind of comprehending what you're doing when you're manifesting, I think, but at the same time, actual manifestation itself, like when you are manifesting something, you're really trying to bring something into your reality, it's really more so about less thought, actually. And it's much simpler than we make it out to be. But once again, knowing the stuff that goes on behind it can be helpful in convincing your human, more egoic mind to basically believe in it. So that's why I also make videos on those topics. But anyways, moving into this video. To help you better visualize what I'm about to say, I want you to think of a light bulb, okay? A light bulb that is currently off. And every time you affirm or you visualize your desire, that light bulb turns on. And the reason it turns on is because you are now putting yourself in the state of your wish fulfilled. And I know everyone thinks that it's a complicated process to do that, but really, when you think about turning on a light bulb, turning on a light, what do? You flick the switch. That's all it takes. You flick the switch, it turns on, right? And how is it that you shut off the light? You flick the switch off, right? Okay. Well, your desire is just the same. Being in the state of the wish fulfilled is as simple as turning a switch on. It's as simple as affirming or visualizing one time. It can even be as simple as barely even having a thought of your desire fulfilled, and it will be on. It's so simple. It's like the slightest little inkling of a thought that can turn this light switch back on. It's very easy. Okay, I can think of it like one of those light switches where you just tap it and it turns on, the fancier ones. Anyways, so if you're thinking of it this way, then the only way, once again, that you can end up out of the wish fulfilled is to turn it off. And to turn it off means to doubt yourself, aka doubting yourself would put yourself in a different state now. You're no longer in the wish fulfilled. Now you're in another state where you don't have the thing that you want. So that's what happens when you doubt yourself or you have fear. You put yourself in this other state. But how do you get back into the state again? It's as simple as affirming or visualizing or just barely thinking of your desire. And then you turn the switch back on. Because if you think about how hard is it to turn a switch on and off, it is so easy. It's so easy. And it's not like when the light is on, you have to constantly keep doing something to keep that light on, right? What are you doing when the light's on? You go about your business. You go about your life, right? Also, sorry if you can hear my cat. She's on her crunchy mat right now making noise. When the light is turned on, you go about your day. You don't think about the light being on. You don't wonder if the light is on. You just know the light is on, right? The same thing is with your desire. So think about going about your day and constantly looking up at your light and it's on, but you go and flick it and then you keep turning it on and off, on and off, on and off constantly because you're like, I don't know if it's working. That is what's happening with your desire. That is what's happening with your manifestation. You're constantly turning this light switch on and off. You can also think of it as your light flickering or blinking whenever you have sort of like a slight doubt, but then you carry on and continue, believing in your desire, believing you're in the wish fulfilled state. It's as simple as that to be in the state of the wish fulfilled. It's not about you need to train your subconscious mind, you need to repeat something a million times. You don't need to turn the light switch on a million times to turn it on. Doesn't make any sense. It's always on if you turn it on. When God said, let there be light, there was light. It wasn't God said, let there be light, and then you turned it off, and then you turned it back on again, then you tried again, then you tried again. No, it's like, if there's light, there's light. And I can attest to this because I have seen it happen in my own reality where when I affirm something, immediately after I've seen that I'm in the state of the wish fulfilled. I've done it with very simple things. I am 100% able to say that you are immediately in the state of your wish fulfilled, whether you know it or not, because that's the thing with instant manifestation. Everyone expects what it is that they want to happen immediately if they are in that state, but it doesn't work like that, because in this reality there is an unfolding. There's an unfolding of your desire in this reality. That's the way that it works, because your human mind expects an unfolding. It expects it to happen in a logical manner, in a linear manner, to get from A to B. It doesn't expect things to work like the universe, where you just quantum jump constantly into the next reality with no in between, because that doesn't make sense to us, right? And you also have to remember that, as I've said in my other video, we are living in a reality where time is moving slower, or seems to be moving slower than in imagination. So really, to be in the state of the wish fulfilled, to have your desire instantly, all it takes is saying the affirmation one time. You are instantly in that state. You don't have to see it immediately, but you were in that state. You'll start to notice things that correlate with that state. If you were in it, you might notice people talking about things similar to your desire or related to your desire, or hearing someone's name, or seeing repeating numbers. Whatever it is, you might see signs that you are in the state of the wish fulfilled, but you might not see your desire directly right away. And that's completely okay. What you have to know, though, is that your words are law. As I've said in my other video, as soon as you say them, that is the truth, and it becomes the truth in your reality immediately. There is no delay in that, okay? Like, it is immediate, I'm telling you. Once again, if you doubt, the light goes out, though. So if you want to stay in that reality, this is why we say affirmations, because it brings us back into that reality. But then here's the part where people get confused, is that we think that we have to constantly affirm, right, to stay in this state. As I've said before, though, it doesn't really make sense with the light switch example, because that would mean you're constantly, turning the light on and off, on and off, on and off constantly. Like, it doesn't really make sense why you would do that. Like, when the light switch is on, it is on. So really, all you have to do is turn the switch on one time, and then to stay in the state of the wish fulfilled, the best way to do this is to limit your thoughts, because less thoughts equal less opportunity to doubt yourself or have fear about your desire. And this is how you get into the present moment too. You want to live in the present moment. Do things that you enjoy. Live your life. Literally live your life. Like, if the light was turned on in your living room, you're not just going to constantly stare at the light all day. You're going to go about your business, doing your stuff that you got to get done, right? So this is the part where people talk about letting go. You want to let go and you want to live your life. The light is turned on, there's nothing else to do, so now you want to go about and live your life, basically. But at that time, we know that none of us are perfect, and there's going to be a time when you might doubt your desire. At this time, all you have to do is affirm for it again, visualize it again. And as I said in my other video where I used the wave example of riding a wave, like a surfer riding a wave, every time you affirm, think of it like a wave. And if you feel that you are no longer in the state of the wish fulfilled for some reason, just affirm. Just visualize it once. You're back in the state immediately. One time after you've affirmed or visualized. Okay? So whenever you get stressed out, just affirm and visualize. You're back in it. There's nothing magical you have to do to get back in the state. That's it. That's all it is. It's a decision. Manifesting is a decision, because you have multiple paths you can choose, but you're choosing one. And you just have to keep choosing that one to stay in that state of the wish fulfilled. And you can do that, once again, by letting go or by affirming whenever you feel you need to. And I highly recommend doing that where you only affirm when you feel you need to, because the more time you can spend without thought or without doubt, like living in the present moment, the faster your desire will come in. I'll talk about this more in another video, but essentially, the closer you are to the universe, source, God, whatever you want to call it, the faster your desire comes in. And the way to get closer to, again, God, source, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is to be in a state where there is no thought, because that's what the universe is. There's no thought, there's nothing, there's no judgment, there's no assumptions, it's just pure consciousness. So to get back to that state, all you have to do is live in the present moment. Be in the present moment, be present with what you're doing every minute, all the time, as much as you can. You can think of it like going back to homeostasis sort of thing. So the closer you are to this midline, like this middle line, the faster things will manifest. So the closer you are to God, source, the universe, the faster things will manifest, which means, once again, you are not thinking super positive, you're not thinking super negative. This is where people talk about not focusing on outcome. You're literally just living in the moment. That's all you're doing. And I also like to think of it like a thermostat too. Every time you affirm, you're just putting yourself back on that same timeline again. Like sometimes you need to affirm to bring yourself back up to temperature, you could call it, or to the right frequency of your desire. So you only do that though when the temperature gets too low, as in like you start to doubt yourself. So again, the best way to manifest anything is from this standpoint of like neutrality, or like this midline. I don't want to make this video complicated since I said this is a simple explanation, but we'll go more into detail on this in another video. But really all it is, okay, let's put everything together. You affirm for your desire, it's done, the light switch is turned on, and now you have no other job but to live your life. That's it. And as soon as you have any doubts, just affirm or visualize, you're back on the timeline you want to be on. That's it. And the fastest way to manifest is to spend the most time just living your life, because the universe is doing all the work for you. Your job was to give it a direction. It's like someone who is commanding at a company or something, or delegating a task to someone. Your job was to give it the task, and then now the universe does it for you. But you have to not be that controlling boss that's constantly checking in every 5 seconds. You have to just trust that the universe will do its job, because it wants to help you. It wants to give you what you want, but you need to give it time to do that. Okay? And once again, like I said, the time that your desire comes in depends on, first off, also what you're asking for, because your human brain, once again, will have a sort of time frame set to that it comprehends that it will take for this to come in, or a set of sort of ways that it will probably come in. And also it depends on how many thoughts you have, how much you're thinking during the time that you're trying to manifest this thing. Like if you are living the present moment, letting it kind of be, then it will come in much faster than if you're constantly worrying about it and going off and on this timeline. But regardless, either way, it will still come in. It doesn't matter. As long as you keep choosing that timeline, it'll come in, no matter what. That is the law, okay? Lastly, one other tip too, I might talk about this in another video, but remember to keep your sort of idea of how this will come in, just keep an open mind to it. Don't try to fit it in some sort of box, like it has to come in this specific way, or I gotta receive the money this way, or my person has to come in after this specific point. Remember, the universe does not work in cause and effect. The universe just knows, you want this thing? All right, this is the reality we're in now. We have this thing. That's all it knows. So be open to it coming about in any possible way, and it can come in much faster that way, because now the universe has a million different options to bring it in for you, like a million different ways it can bring it in, rather than just this one narrow way that you want it to manifest. This is also why they say go straight to the end. Don't think about the in-between, because once again, the universe does not work in cause and effect. It just knows the end. It just knows what you want. That's it. Okay? So I hope this video is helpful. I hope this makes sense to you guys. And once again, if you want more of a scientific viewpoint, definitely watch my last 2 videos about the actual sort of behind the scenes of what is going on when you're manifesting, as well as just other metaphors that I've talked about when it comes to manifesting your desire. This is just one of them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think, what your experience is with this. If you try it, leave a comment, let me know what you've manifested, if it's been working for you. As always, if you believe it's working, so trust in that. And yeah, subscribe if you're interested. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.